On a gorgeous fall evening for high school football, the All-32 Big School State Tournament begins tonight. The Blaine Bengals hosting the Buffalo Bison. And Casey, the math is easy. 32-team tournament, you've got 4 #1 seeds, and the Bengals handed one of those tickets. That means they get the 8th seed against them tonight. He mentioned Tyler Johnson right away as a guy that's broken some records. He's just off the formation right side on this 2nd and 10. They fire it out to the near side, complete to Andrew Johnson. And he pushes it all the way out to the 44-yard line. His receiving core. He's got 4 of them out there now. They'll go with the wide receiver screen to Byron Bynum. He's got blocking. He goes down the right side. He's forced out of bounds near midfield. After a pickup of 15 and 1st and 10. It can be that easy for the Bengal offense.
That one barely got over to Bynum. Right on his shoestrings. And he did a nice job of turning upfield. That's one of the things they'll like to do throughout the night is get it to Byron Bynum on those quick wide-out screens.
There's the wide receivers either side. Harper's the tailback. He gets the carry. Plenty of room up the middle. Just dragged down as he crosses the 40-yard line. Harper needed one more half-step past Jake Hendel for the Bison. And he was able to get a 1st down again on 2 straight plays.
Early pace for the Bengals as well. Very, very quick.
Same formation, 2 wide either side. The wide receiver screen to this near side for Bynum again. Picks up a big block and he's gone. Touchdown Bengals, 6-0 lead Bengals with 10:36 to go, quick as a wink.
And if you're the Buffalo Bison, that's way too easy, but a great block by Sam Brown.
This one a little more on target, so it doesn't even throw off your timing maybe of the block. Put it right in the breadbasket. And there was that block by Brown. It is a Bison defense that has lost 7 starters. It's one thing to take it away, it's another to punch it right in. Another pass on a quick slant. Catch is made, and the ball comes out. Ball is out. It's a fumble. The Bengals surround it. Did Buffalo get it back? They may have. No, they say Bengal football. Andrew Johnson had it on the slant, and he was trying to get some extra yardage against Sam Garrity.
Maybe we'll get a better view of it here. Who popped that out exactly?
It was the helmet. Like the helmet of Austin Haig.
It's a matter of finding enough defense to go far in this tournament.
Harper will run. Big blocking off left side, needs one stiff arm, and he gets it to turn the corner. But he was dragged down by John Gaugen, 2nd highest scoring team in the class. Byron Bynum's first drive, well, pretty positive. Same play,
2 easy screens, like you said the 2nd time that pass was right in his breadbasket.
There's Weigand on the hash marks out of a tackle. It's going to take 4 Buffalo defenders to bring him down, and finally over the top to finish it off, Logan Grossinger brings down big Curtis Weigand.
They haven't had a play less than 10 yards.
Melton, same play. He'll keep it again. Calls his own number left side, drags him into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Too easy.
Well, we knew the Bison defense was not super strong. They've had some injuries, like you mentioned, JW. They give up 277 yards per game on the ground, but they have been porous, to say the least, on these opening 2 drives by the Bengals.
Bengals showing pressure. They do bring 4, and they get to the quarterback and bring him down. And there will be a penalty flag that comes in late as Kidda and Bouch met at the quarterback.
Personal foul
in a little bit late.
15-yard penalty.
3 wide left. Schiller stays in the block. Pump to the right. More pressure in, and down goes Rowland. This time it's Garrity who gets in to get him. Shea Garrity playing in the North Central blue. Deep throw out left. Up to the top goes Johnson, and he makes the grab. So he has targeted Johnson almost exclusively on this drive, and he comes down with it. Inside, outside, rather the 45.
Just way too much cushion on that side. It was Strand, I think, who, was just playing so far off. At some point, you got to know where the sticks are.
Bengals make it tough to hand out solo tackles as well. They all rally to the football. This one out of the hand of the quarterback quickly. One adjustment made by Welch, and he comes down with it at the 32-yard line. Andrew Johnson splits outside of his brother to the right at the numbers. Straight drop. He'll dump this one off short to Schiller. Makes the first man miss. Has a bit of a convoy. Splits right through two defenders. The ball came out late. No, they say he was down inside the 10-yard line. That's the initial signal emphatically. Bengals came up with the football. Bengals the 1 seed here in the state tournament. Right side, fade. Welch has it. Is he down? Yes, touchdown Buffalo. And they'll answer to try and cut it to a 1-touchdown game. What a drive for that young man, number 4.
Yeah, that's fun to watch. Trayton Welch looking very much wise beyond his years. He's only a sophomore.
It's a beautifully thrown ball, too.
And the coverage really wasn't bad by Brown. I mean, he's given up a couple of inches. He played that about as well as you can. Perfect throw by Roland, really.
It's a great point. Onside kick attempt. Ball is free. Did Buffalo get it? Yes, they did.
My, oh my. Todd Bauman, the gambler.
So the Bengals back on defense. And Roland back out. Firing over the middle. It's picked off. Garrity again. And he's out of bounds into the Buffalo bench at midfield.
And return to the Bison 40.
But some phenomenal concentration by Sam Garrity.
It was deflected out in front, and there was no one around, so he could do whatever he needed to secure that football for his 6th pick of the year. Quick slant out of it for Weigand and the Bengals. The offense rolls again with another big play down inside the 25-yard line. This is Weigand who put him down here inside the 20. Runs by Johnson, who slipped down. So from the left hash, already leading by a touchdown. Harper straight up the gut, cuts to the outside, and he spins and he's in. Touchdown Bengals.
Harper takes it in
from an onside kick to a pick to a touchdown, and it's back up to a 2-score lead for Blaine.
Yeah, you said it already, JW, but that's a demoralizing turn of events.
You saw one screen pass that went for big yardage. Here the Bengals drop back and just rush 3. Deep down the near side, Johnson has it behind the defense. Tiptoeing, foot race, cuts to the middle, and he's gone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Are we going to set some offensive records here?
At halftime, everybody in this building has to go back and pay again because they're getting more than their money's worth. This is unbelievable. And that was an 83-yard touchdown? Are you kidding me? Talk about swinging of emotions and momentum. Dang, just couldn't quite grab the back of Tyler Johnson's jersey, and then he angles his way into the end zone.
Melton the lefty. Firing out, has Bynum. Bynum turns the corner, has the first down. Can't get away, running in place there for a while as Schiller just grabbed and tested the strength of that jersey.
Of course, the Rams needed a quarterback.
Rams, a lot of teams in there that needed some quarterbacks as they'll run with Harper, bounces away right side. Was that Harper? No, it was Melton that ended up with the football, so he kept it.
And on 3 carries tonight, he has about as many yards as he had all year coming into the game.
40 yards. You're right, he's 18 shy of his season total already. Swing it behind the line of scrimmage. Byron Bynum up the left side. And he's inside the 10-yard line again, and that one's well blocked, well executed. Second down and goal. Wide receiver screen again. This time Bynum, and he'll walk in. Curtis Weigand blew somebody up right at the beginning of that play, and it was the only guy that was going to stop Bynum. And he walks in for his 2nd touchdown. I think you'll see here. And just straight along the line, or rather, if he's in the shotgun and he just throws it to his right, it's behind the line of scrimmage by a couple of yards there. All bets are off, just like blocking a running play. And he did. He blocked him hard into the ground. 4 wide again. Roland's going to drop back, finds who else? Johnson for a first down inside the 44-yard line. One of these defenses is going to decide to play at one point in this game, and it's going to end things. But to this point, the 2 offenses are just doing whatever they want in the pass game.
This is kind of like when you play Madden on easy against the computer.
Schiller's the lone tailback. They'll give it to him. Bursts right up the line, has space. He could be gone, needs a block that's not a hold, and he gets inside the 10-yard line. It looks like it's going to stand no laundry down. Welch was riding his defender down, maybe in danger of holding territory. Both Johnsons on the left side with McNamara. They'll go slant instead, and it's picked up by Andrew Johnson. Unimpeachable timing there.
Dylan Rowland's third touchdown pass of the game, and each one of them has been a perfect throw.
This was Schiller bursting through, and this is the surprising play for me, Casey. The Bengal defense, who's so stout up front, would give up something on the ground.
I think maybe what Buffalo's been able to do them in the passing game has just got them leaning past so hard that they gave up a little easy one.
And then that's just a slant running in against Byron Bynum with the big body, the bigger of the two. Somebody else has a deeper history book than that, as Bynum's going to take the sweep and turn the corner, puts on the speed past midfield and just forced out at the edge of his convoy, and that was Johnson, the wide receiver, able to push him out. Bynum again, he'll run off left side. Wiegand's block, springs him, stutter steps, and he's dragged out at the 10-yard line. What a playmaker, Byron Bynum.
I mean, I know we've said it about 10 times, but this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Weigand, another nice outside block to free Bynum. He makes Andrew Tyler Johnson miss.
So a second down and goal. They've scored every time they've touched the football. Right side, Harper's going to keep it going. He walks into the end zone. 33 now for the Bengals. They missed that extra point. 33-21, pending another extra point.
Didn't get blocked on that side of the field.
A lot of room to operate. The one big run on Buffalo's side has been for Schiller. Wide open, short pass to Tyler Johnson. Spins off some tacklers, and the extra effort's going to get him 11 and down to the 45 for a first down. Pass is complete. Welch is solo right side. Pressure coming in, picked up, pass away. Tyler Johnson inside the 30. Welch to the narrow side of the field alone. They've got two guys shaded over on him. Rowland dumps it off short. Hamish, no room to operate. Osaski again, knifes in there, and he got some help from big Courtney Dawson. Going right back to Welch again, in the end zone. No flags, touchdown, Welch. Looked like he might have cleared some space, but no flags down, and Buffalo comes back.
And that is one of the hardest plays to defend in football, just that back shoulder throw where the receiver knows where it's at.
The kicker for Buffalo. I think you're right. Yeah, on second look, maybe some hand fighting, but again, just that the ball was underthrown, so Welch had to come back to it, and Brown just couldn't. Each of the Johnson brothers has a touchdown, and Welch has two. Harper bounces off his own man, and he's all the way out to midfield. Good start for the Bengals to find a way to answer as the defense tries to regroup. The offense is rolling. Two wide either side. Bynum's going to go in motion. That almost brought somebody offside for Buffalo. They'll run it with Harper against that motion. Harper has space. Had to make one man miss, try to stutter step, and that might have lost him his edge, and it allowed Jacob Muhich to ride him out of bounds, or he could have gone to bust a big one.
I have no idea why he gave the little stutter step there. It seemed like he had.
Turn on the Jets.
Because it's leaving Harper with tons of room around the outside.
Time it was Zach Phillips, late pitch. Touchdown Bengals yet again.
That was about a minute and 10 seconds.
Well, 5:01 was the time of the last touchdown for Buffalo, and now there's 4:30 up on the clock, so even quicker than you thought with a couple of stoppages in the Buffalo timeout. Bringing up what we've said a couple of times to the good, but yeah, now 6 of 7. He was 6 of 6 to start. This one's complete. Newberg down the sideline, and he has a first down out to the 48-yard line. Blake Newberg, just his 8th catch of the year in the senior wideout. The Tornadoes. They slogged down an ugly game, turned into a loss here against Blaine, as Harper somehow winds his way from the middle of the field to the near side untouched, and he's finally forced out after a first down carry to the 25.
As a delayed handoff right up the middle, but as what has happened on most plays, it ended up being that the outside is what was open, so he just kept bouncing and bouncing because the blocking.
1:27 to go. Harper runs. Harper gets the edge, turns the corner, and tries to spin his way inside, and it was just forced out of bounds. Defensive lineman stringing that out.
Quite frankly.
You're up. You want the clock to run. He has it again. He delays and then pops left, bursts up the middle, and he's in. Well, that'll stop the clock, but it's another score with 1:15 to go. And the Bengals have put up 47 for now in the first half.
The player of the game might seriously be the offensive line. Their blocking has been phenomenal. It's been incredible how much space Chase Harper has had, or for Christmas, I'm not sure.
See what you did there. Throwing out. Tyler Johnson has the catch, shakes one man, and he's dragged down. Ball came out. It is a fumble. Fight for it at the 45. And they'll have to unpile. No signal. Now they say it is Buffalo ball with a first down. Seasoning packets, which is maybe the strangest thing I've ever seen, as we get a throwback to Rowland. This might be the strangest thing. Now he's going to run because the coverage held up. He's going to get out of bounds, pushed out of bounds, may have had a late flag, or may have possibly had a flag that could have come in late. Nothing thrown. It will be a third down. He's a yard short of a first with 40 seconds left. Melton. And he's not going to avoid that sack, and that's going to be the end of the half. It looks like, yes, the Bengals will let it roll. The half, it's the first round of the 32-team 6A state tournament. And the Blaine Bengals have a 49-28 lead. Don't adjust your set.
Execute it near as effectively as the first one.
It's not exactly Sean Payton in the second half of the Super Bowl doing it, but there's Harper. Stutter steps away, and that'll keep his average right there as he pops it for 12 inside the 40-yard line. Bouch is in there as a blocking back. Melton's going to roll to the left. Firing it down, has a man. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Buffalo inside the 5-yard line, and the Bison, well, he's picked him up on the offensive side, and now Tyler Johnson has an interception on the defensive side. Long time at the line of scrimmage, takes the snap. Look left, comes back to the right, and he has McNamara with the catch. So he's been the guy that's been left out of some of the targets, but now McNamara has a catch. 3 receivers now, as he was alone most of that first half. It's McNamara who was split out wide on his own. Rowland keeps it alive, fires to Johnson. Johnson stutter steps and makes his way out past the 40, so this Buffalo offense continues to move here. All he did was throw 5 touchdowns. Drop back. Rowland gets it away, dumps it off. Habish will scamper ahead for 9, and the blitz came in. They had him wrapped up, but Rowland looking pretty wise out there and calm in the pocket, able to flick it ahead. Roll out to the right, and they're going to pick it up on the quarterback keeper. Have a higher seed than number 1. The 2 seed, by the way, in this bracket, as we've seen. Now a throw to McNamara, and he's in the right spot. Slanting over, and a good, well-thrown ball by Rowland. Pick up a first down. Minnetonka is the 2 seed in this bracket. McNamara. Everybody bunched close to the formation. A lot of field to work with left side. Where Rowland looks, jersey dragged, and finally goes down. Ben Kidda trying to find his hole. It's not a problem for Chase Harper with this offensive line. He can pitch a tent back there and decide to go later after he roasts some marshmallows. This time it will be Byron Bynum who goes out to the 50-yard line. Yeah, you can't do that in the NFL, but in this point, with this offensive line, you can take as much time as you want to try and hit a hole.
Just trying to see if Bynum was going to wiggle free.
Swing it out to Bynum now. More space to work. He stutter steps. That gives him a first down. Breaks the tackle, and he's down inside the 30-yard line. Another Bengal first down. Will they put points on the board before we head to the 4th quarter?
Connor Melton continues to be accurate. Even if it's an easy throw, he put it right where he needed to. Bynum slips through a few arm tackles, and
yeah, don't discount the accuracy even on a throw like that, because a lot of plays for a lot of teams can go awry with the quarterback just misfiring on what you would think would be an easy pitch and catch, as Harper runs right through the tackles this time. No hesitation. He picks up a first down.
Only 4 touchdowns?
Weigand, he's got a block. He stays on his feet, and the Bengals score again. They're 50+.
Curtis Wigan's 4th touchdown of the year.
Thanks again to Ken Downey as you see Wygans. It's Blake Newberg who has the block, and Blake could have been dead right there at the 5, but as the truck also just said, it's Gronk light for big Curtis Wigan. You have to really bring him down and commit to it to get him down to the ground. To be fair, that's Riley Havish, who has been out there on both sides of the ball all night long. And you got the senior Roland, who's going to play out the string of his year, of his high school career. Finds Johnson far side, steps out of bounds with a first down, and that's what I was thinking, because didn't we already have a hit man, which was Harper. That one, Andrew Johnson, springs free. Safety that time came off and went to the outside guy and left Johnson wide open. It was a timing route anyway. Maybe they weren't quite up to snuff as a 1 seed with the likes of Totino Grace, Eden Prairie, and that one's going to be gone. Missed tackle on the catch, and Tyler Johnson's going to put another one up on the board before the 4th quarter comes for Buffalo.
He's going for 300 yards tonight.
Absolutely. That one will be right in the 55-yard range. And here it is. This is single coverage. Man slips and make him pay.
That was Sam Garrity, who's usually very reliable in the defensive secondary.
So the Bengals take over. Chase Harper's still in the backfield. And he'll still find some holes. Will the cramps slow him down? To the pylon he goes, and he just tumbles out at the 5.
Harper, the ball.
The only thing that kept this from being 6,
He
I
looks
guarantee.
fine while he's running with the ball.
Carter Vanderwalker might as well have been carrying him in a wagon behind him. They just had so.
Smells like an option. Nope.
Draw, Harper, touchdown, that's 5. He's number 5, he got 5. He can't really walk, but he can waltz into the end zone for a 5th time.
Is it safe for him to maybe come out of the game now?
That's what I'm getting at. There could still be some scoring. Rowland firing over the middle, has Tyler Johnson again, has the catch, he's on his feet, and he's into Bengal territory. He goes in motion. Roll for Rowland. Trying to get away from the pressure and keep the play alive. Fires into space and has Andrew Johnson down at the 25.
Roland's going to throw for 500 yards today, too.
The little fuzzy guy in the bottom right corner. Left side. Bynum. Bynum dropped the football, and it's picked up by Buffalo. So he sprinted ahead to the 40, but left the male 4 yards back.
Bynum just trying to sidestep a defender, and Habish luckily put his hand in the exact perfect spot to pull the ball out.
I don't know if Chase Harper on my team would have played a snap in the second half. Screen pass far side. Might be another score for the Bengals and Wigan. Wigan 1 man to beat, and he's gone. Touchdown, Bengals, no flags. And he might touch 70.
JW, what was so crazy about a lot of these plays is that there is nothing at all difficult about that. That shouldn't be a touchdown. You literally just threw the ball to a receiver at the line of scrimmage.
That wasn't even touched.
I think when you have, generally speaking, 2 safeties on the field.
So you weren't giving that up to just an incompetent offense, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in a matchup next week with Prior Lake. Tyler Johnson, yet another catch, and fights for more yards. He's down inside the 45, just continuing the 5A level, which their whole schedule was this year, and put some teams on notice at that level with the type of offense they might have. And up top they go again. Why not? Another completion. And they might not be done scoring as Andrew Johnson comes down with it. Firing into the end zone. Has a man. And it's caught for the touchdown by Tyler Johnson. Back shoulder again.
Anytime there's one-on-one coverage, it seems like that's your best option. And they've gone to it numerous times, not just around the goal line, but all over the field.
By the way, 42 points for the scores that are reported, as you see the touchdown again, would have tied Maple Grove for the third most points scored in a win, or fourth most behind the Bengals. And yet Buffalo is going to be on the wrong end. A big win for the Blaine Bengals, 70-42 in the first round, handling the 8 seed, the Buffalo Bison. And well, if this were ever to turn into a rivalry, this would be a good start for the Bengals.